Welcome everybody to another episode of Up Your Experience podcast. It's me, that sick guy, Blaise McBain. I can't get over this absolute garbage. I thought I was on the up and ups, and I'm not. I'm on the down slope again, but that's okay because with me tonight we have the new host. You know, he's been on here enough. He might as well be a host. It's Bats Kid. What's up, dude?
Hey, let's go. Glad to be a host. Like I said, always glad to be on here. It's always fun and exciting time. Hoping we can stay on topic for the first host.
Oh my god, dude. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll get this out of the way, like right at the beginning. I'm a host on BOTG now.
Let's go.
And I felt bad because I feel like I've been on several episodes. I think I've been on like 6 or 7, but like the first episode, I'm like officially a host. I feel like I like detoured the podcast like super hard having a Hachi Man take. Because because Depp like called me out and was like, dude, he's good. And I'm like, but is he? Is he? I was like, don't get me wrong, I like Hachi, but is he good? I don't know about that. I mean, I think he's like middle of the pack.
I was gonna go. If you've never heard Blaise's Hachi rant, oh man,
Yeah, dude,
that's an episode all for itself.
I probably could go a whole episode about Hachi Man, to be completely honest. But if you want to hear more about that, BOTG's episode releases on Wednesday. This comes out on Tuesday, so you have a day to wait. You can go listen to that over there.
Oh, let's go.
And since we're on the topic of Smite, it's Olympian voting time, and you should go vote. For me,
it definitely is.
No, I'm just kidding. Like, you should vote for everything you're gonna do the best, which is me.
I agree.
No,
you gotta scroll a little bit, or you can type his name in.
Just type my name in. It's way easier to find. I have a lot of things I want to do. I'm hoping to have a video out tomorrow, the day this episode comes out. So about like why people should vote for me and that kind of stuff. But it's been a rough weekend. Bats has heard me like sound like I'm feeling better to like last night. He's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I don't know, dude."
Yeah, dude, those coughs were ridiculous. Okay, let's put it this way. I don't like doctors and I don't like telling people to go to the doctors, but I was like, Blaise, maybe you need to see a doctor.
I mean, I probably do. I'm to the point where I'm pretty sure I have bronchitis now. I think our sinus infection has turned to bronchitis. If I had to guess. Speaking from having bronchitis before, it feels pretty similar. And I was gonna do a virtual visit today, but I had to spend $500 fixing my wife's car.
Oh.
And I cannot wait for them to send me the survey, Bats. Cannot wait.
They didn't even tell you?
So here's the deal. I know people are like, we came here for games. So I gotta rant a little bit. Gotta get a little bit of rant out.
Hey, rant on. That's what the podcast is about, right?
I call Honda, and I'm like, hey guys, this is the issue with my wife's car. It's the ignition switch. Like, it will not turn on and turn off whenever you push the button. Like, sometimes it turns on, sometimes it turns off, but it's not doing it consistently like it's supposed to. Can you do an appointment this afternoon? They're like, what time? I was like, 3:00. All right, cool, got you down. My wife shows up at 3:00. They tell her that she doesn't have an appointment, even though she does. She explains to him what the issue is. The guy gets in the car, pushes the button, the car doesn't turn off. Finally gets to turn off, goes to turn back on. It's not like starting, and he laughs. Right? They proceed to take the car back and still do a diagnostic, even though they know the problem is the ignition switch. Keep in mind, a diagnostic is $140, and it took them over an hour to run it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is insane to me.
Crazy.
It was $140 for the switch, and another $140 for an hour of labor, even though they only needed less than 30 minutes to put the switch in. So let's just say I'm gonna have a very fun-filled survey for them, because I usually fill out their surveys and give good feedback, but my feedback this time is they suck.
I'll be honest, I do that too.
You know, I do it. Like, I'm one of those people where if I have a very good experience and I get asked to fill out a survey, I'll do it. Unless it's something that takes like 20 minutes. I'm not doing that. But if it's something that I can do in like 5 to 10 minutes where I can like type out a survey or answer a few questions about how someone did, 100%, dude. I want people to get good feedback when they do a good job.
Oh, I'm that way too, but I also want people to get bad feedback when they do a bad job.
Right. I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, more people are gonna leave bad feedback.
Like David from Domino's, who apparently is still making my pizza 4 months later.
Hey, dude, he's hard at work. He's learning how to make it.
Don't even. Our Domino's is never open. You order online and they say, "Great, we got your order." You get there at the time you're supposed to, and like it's not even open.
That's wild.
And then 3 hours later, they go, "Somebody's making your pizza," and I just remember it was David.
That's why I don't eat Domino's.
Yeah, I don't either anymore. I left a very long ranted email about it.
Dude, I'm about it. I'm about it. I wrote a review today for a place I went last week for winter, a fitness place that did an amazing job, and I left an amazing review. I was like 5 stars. This place is legit. Like, if you want to finish a workout and then feel motivated to come back and do a workout, it's a place to come back to.
Oh, nice.
Like one of the coaches was like, "Hey, I'm sorry if I was too intense." I was like, "No, that was awesome." Like, I thought it was motivating. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't just write bad reviews either. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like with my tires, like what I told you about, I definitely wrote a review for them. Not the one where I had to pay a lot of money, but the one where they're like, "Dude, we're just gonna give you an alignment and you can leave." I was like, "That is crazy. I've never heard a mechanic do that, and this place is awesome."
Can we talk about the fact that, like, dude, I feel like, what if you could get reviews more often about your own actions? Because I get this, right? Like,
I may not like the outcome. I'll be 100% honest.
So here's the deal, Bats. Because I'm a teacher,
yeah,
I get student reviews from the school, along with evaluation reviews from the teacher, like from my supervisor, and I get one from my other, since I teach for the college, I get a review from them, and I get a evaluation from the college if the students fill it out.
Do they do anything with those reviews? Because I know,
so I have to sit down in a meeting.
I work at a school, and I know for a fact that you know how you have to fill out those surveys and everything at the end of the year. Well, we always know that they never go anywhere.
Oh, no. So both the places I work for, right? Because I work for the college. The college, you get your feedback before the next semester starts.
Nice.
And then if you get when you get evaluated by my supervisor from the college, like, you get that feedback within the week, and you have to sign off on it before they can, like, let you teach the next year. And then at the school, like, that I teach at every day, they actually sit down in a meeting with me and go through all the student feedback and their evaluation and what I did good and, like, what I need to work on.
So what I'm assuming is you did good in everything but physics. You need to be a little more static.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to calm it down. I taught in physics today. Okay, I taught about rotational motion.
You see, you need to open up with that quote that I sent you?
Oh
It's like, "I'm gonna hit you hard, students. Did you know ice float in their own blood?"
Dude, you sent me that, and I was like, "Did he mistype something?" I read it like 4 times. I was like, "Is Bats dumb, or am I stupid?"
But like,
it was so bad.
Tell me how when you're thinking about it, you're like, "Oh my god, that's true."
Yeah, you're not wrong. Not wrong. But speaking of things that are also true, I played games this week. What have you been playing?
Okay, this may be long, but so those of you that have been hearing the podcast and actually know me, I play Last Fortress. So we actually had some big things happening, and I'll start by, so we had a nap with a group. And for those of you that don't want to know what a nap is, it's like a national agreement of peace. So like you don't fight each other. Well, we're aligned with 3 other alliances who are pretty big, and we had an idea of what we're doing. And this group we were with, that had to nap with, they were like, "No, you're not doing that." And it's like, "Wait a minute, that's not how this works." And they're like, "Well, we're doing this, and if you don't like it, come at us." Well, we came at them. And they did not like it because it just so happened we planned to attack them when they ticked off like a mega alliance. So for those of you that play games that have alliances stuff, I'm pretty sure y'all know what a mega alliance is. It's somebody you steer clear of entirely, unless you're on good terms with. And they were getting burned. So we just came at them hard and annihilated them, and all through world chat and everything. They were complaining about how we had this nap, and we screenshotted the fact that they were like, "If you don't like what we're doing, then fight us. And then world chat just shut up entirely.
Dang.
But we ultimately won. It was they're still kind of whining, which I'll admit I sort of feel bad, but at the same time, it's like if you have 3 alliances that are coming at you saying this is what we're doing, and then you sit there because they're not like huge. Let's just say like so there's a thing called CP, and that's what your alliance is rated on.
Yeah.
They have maybe 100,000 more than us, which isn't that big. And that's just us. We're the smaller group of the alliance. The other ones have like 3 to 400,000 up on them. So it was like you can't just tell us what to do and expect us to go peacefully. So we kind of moved them to the other side of the map and are doing our own thing.
Nice.
Other than that, because I could talk about Last Fortress. I don't know why, but that is like the one phone game that I actually have fun on. And I'm gonna say it's probably the group of people that I play with. I'm not gonna lie there.
That probably
They're
helps
all
for
pretty.
sure.
They're all fun. It's just a good time. And I really hate promoting a money munching phone game, but
Wait,
it's
hold on.
fun.
I need to talk about something real quick. That you mentioned money munching phone game. And you know what isn't a money munching phone game?
What?
Vampire Survivors.
Wait, that's on MOBA?
Yeah, mobile.
Wait,
Yeah, so
oh,
like so they
not
they
to
put
get
it
off
on mobile.
topic, but I
Yeah.
don't want to forget. Did you know MetaBots is a phone game now?
Excuse me?
Yes, exactly.
All right, hold on. Sorry. I'm going to take that detour. I'm going to go back to my previous statement, however. Vampire Survivors is on mobile for free because they couldn't find a company that wouldn't be. Oh, how'd they word it? Hold on. Let me go find it. I mean, like, it was like a beautiful statement. Didn't offer predatory monetization. So that's why they just released the game for free on mobile.
I might have to
Because,
get that.
and I was like, that's wild.
Yeah, it's MetaBots F2P turn-based RPG. I saw it on Facebook and I went, I don't know how you know me so well, Facebook, but I appreciate you. And then I was like, you'll never hear me say that again.
MetaBots. I don't see it on my phone. That makes me sad.
Spell it right. That's the question. Wait, do you have an Android?
No.
Okay. It's just
I've been wrecked. It's fine. It's okay. I move on.
all right, well, I downloaded it. That's
Well,
all
I'm
that
happy
matters.
for you. I'm happy for you.
Here, I'll screenshot it and send you a photo later. But yeah, so you said Vampire Survival was?
Yeah, it's free on mobile, dude.
That's actually I didn't even know they were making a mobile game.
No, it's Vampire for Survivors it's mobile. They just ported it. I found MetaBots. All right, we're good.
Ha, okay. All right. So, anyways, now that we're not off topic, because anyways, if you don't like MetaBots, I don't think we can be.
There's
friends.
something wrong.
That's all
I was gonna say there's something wrong with you. That's
But,
fine. You can say it. I'll say it for you. Don't worry. If you don't like MetaBots, you didn't have a childhood.
I know, right? With Icky.
Oh God, dude. This is like people that like don't know about Zoids. Like the OG Zoid.
Don't get me started.
So good.
With
So
Liger.
good.
Oh man.
Give me an open world Zoids game,
You
baby.
can still watch it on YouTube, just saying.
You can. It's very true.
But to try and stay on topic, because usually I'm the one that gets off topic, which I did help. I did beat God of War. It's amazing. I want to play God of War Ragnarok, but can't because Sony owns it. So you know how that goes. I'll see it in like 4 years.
No, it'll be on PC within the next like 9 months, I think.
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't have money for that right now.
I think it's usually within a year is what they've been trying to do.
But also, I can go around and like keep beating the other stuff. So I'm still chilling.
I need to I need to play the OG one that they like the Norris one. I haven't played it.
Yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I need to go back and play it.
Where he like you finally figure out he has a son and everything.
Yeah. I played the other ones. I just haven't played that one. So I'll play that in Ragnarok sometime.
I'm telling you.
Well, I guess this is the time I can mention this. I am switching part of the stream schedule to not. So lately I've been streaming almost like every night, and I'm working on like trying to tone that back just a smidge, so I can work on some games like that and like just try to take a content break because I feel like I think I'm streaming like usually like 5 to 6 days a week.
Yeah, you usually are. I don't know how you do it.
And as much as I enjoy doing that, I think maybe tone that back a little bit, maybe make better content. Also give me some time to like really work more on some of the other video stuff that I do. So I think that is something that's coming down the pipeline, possibly. Um, I know I'm going to keep Wednesday, Friday, Saturday for sure. I'm just trying to figure out what the other day is going to be that I do.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. Like I've been consistent with Tuesdays and Thursdays kind of being off, unless we got stuff going on. You know, like Blaze
Right.
is like, "Yo, PUBG," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm up. Where am I at?"
Yeah. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out what other day it's going to be. I really like those 3 days specifically, but I'm kind of trying to figure out from there what I want to do. And obviously, I'll still do bonus streams sometimes, like I normally did in the past. Like I used to stick pretty well to the schedule of like 4 days a week, and then like you might get a bonus stream like 2 or 3 times a month.
Yeah, you'll
But
get like a special Saturday stream of Tiny Tina's Wonderland because we actually play it.
yeah, I mean, I think last month I streamed 22 days of the month.
I think
That's a
last
lot.
month I streamed 4, but I was busy. I was super busy.
Yeah, I had time off and I was sick, and like I took nights off from while being sick and still streamed 22 days. So like I feel like that's a lot. So we're kind of working on some things coming down the pipeline on that front, but I don't think it's gonna be such a drastic start change. I think they'll just be like better quality streams, I want to say, for those days. They might be a little bit longer. Like maybe the weekday ones are a little bit shorter and then the weekend ones, Friday, Saturday, are longer. We'll kind of just play it by ear, but I'm working on some things on that front for sure.
I like how he says short and then it's like 4 a.m. my time and he's like, "What's up, guys? Oh, we got raided. We're gonna be playing for another 4 hours. I should be in bed, but
No, no, weekday streams, I think I'm gonna actually like I think I'm actually gonna limit them to 3 hours tops. So like if I do like Wednesday, like I'll probably try to be at 2 hours, like unless we're like in a game and it goes long or something like that.
yeah, that's
Because I
that's what
actually
I
that's what I
do.
used to do. I used to do only 2 hour streams during the weekdays.
I'm just gonna tell you
So
now, someone's gonna pop your bubble. You're gonna get raided with
I
like
know, dude.
100
I
people,
know,
and you're
I
gonna be
know, and
like,
I'm gonna keep going.
"Oh, we're
You bet,
rallying."
you bet. I'll keep going. That's just the way it is. What else you been playing this week though?
All right. To dive into it a little bit, I pulled out the VR too
Oh,
and played Horror Bar, which was fun. Which I played it a while back and had Boss in there, I think. I forget who else was in there, and he was like, "You need to stream this. This is funny." I was like, "I would, but I don't want to." Mainly because there are words that come out of my mouth when things don't work right. Because let's face it, I don't
mm.
have a place to actually VR yet, so I hit things.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, I wish I was in there watching that. Oh my god.
Like I'm like, "Oh, a monitor. Oh, a wall. Oh no, my models."
Oh, my leg.
But other than that, then it's been straight rank grind because I want to get skin. And let me tell you, this rank grind is horrible.
Yes, it is.
And
Let's go, baby.
I think Blaze, we can actually queue conquest now. I'm
Oh,
in
thank
silver.
God,
I
dude.
got out of bronze. I am in silver now.
Oh, let's go, dude. We can
But
hit the joust and the conquest keys.
I
Let's
was gonna
go.
say I will save the joust for when you do your games because we'll go into that a little bit later. But
Yeah, I didn't talk about those on BOTG, so I'll talk about them here for sure.
the games have been good, and once Blaze says his thing, I'll tell you the cheat code we came up with. It's not really a cheat. It's just cheap. Let's
It
put it
was look,
that way.
it was all good until last night, and I raged a little bit last night and just logged off. I was
I
very
mean,
irritated with
I'll
myself.
be honest. I feel like last night none of us were really looking into playing ranked when we did.
No, I mean, like, to be fair, we were supposed to record last night, and I was in the brain like setup for that. And then so I was like, yo, ranked, and I'm like, hey, I could do that. And like my mental just could not change.
Yeah. I was like, oh, because I was like, oh, we're gonna record, let's go. And then SWA went ranked, and I was like, ooh, piqued my interest a little bit, but like I can't do both.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we kind of paid the price.
all right, but other than that, I mean, I guess I tried a little bit of Star Sand too, which I will admit right now, I'm about ready to buy the game for somebody else who wants to play with me because that is not a solo game. I don't care what anybody says. I'm tired of getting attacked by sandworms. It's just how it is. I need somebody as a meat shield, or I'll be a meat shield so we can kill these things. That's how. which Star Sand is like Raft for those of you that know. Other than that, that's all my games.
Did you have any good ranked games?
Okay, let me just put it this way. My ranked games were all right, but I'm queuing support so I can get out of this bronze silver thing.
Yeah.
So literally, it's every time we win, it's because Suave and I are doing things away from our team because we have one team, and it's always solos. Solo, I don't know what your problem is, but you need to get your head out of your butt. That's all I'm saying. All you solo mains that think you're hot stuff and think you're fine, okay, I can build full damage Chronos and not have a problem. No, there's a problem.
Yeah.
And I need you to
full
figure
damage,
it out because
full
you're
damage.
Yeah.
Chef's kisses, dude.
Full damage Heim and then gets mad and sits in base because he dies once. So then we have to 4-man stuff.
God, dude. So, God. I forgot about something we could talk about. I don't know if I want to spend that much time on it. Maybe I'll talk about it later. I just like full damage solos.
Let me see the time first.
Full damage solos made me think about the SWC qualifiers this past weekend. And like,
oh yeah,
I watched Aquarius build full damage Ao Kwong. He was like 7-0, and he ended the game like 7-8, and they lost. They just got bopped.
I guess that's where my rank goes. Listen here, you pro players. Stop making the non-pro players pull some things, shenanigans in my ranked games. All right.
Well, it's also in this season, dude.
There needs to be actually high res. I need you to do this. These are pro players. Do not attempt this in ranked games. That's what I need from you.
They need a disclaimer on their videos when they release them, is what you're saying.
Yes, they do. They definitely do. I'm tired of it. You shouldn't have to 4-man a ranked game. I'm sorry. But how hard ranked is to begin with when you have a team of randos and then one of them, and they're not even DCing anymore. They're just raging in the fountain. So they're just sitting there pressing WSD and everything. And so they don't DC, so you can't quit and get them banned or anything like that. And you're just 4v5ing the whole time.
Yeah. End of the season Smite, dude. That's the best. I mean, you said you're done with your games, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so to piggyback off of the shenanigans in Smite, I was playing an arena as Hachiman, and I had a cuckoo let me know that I was stealing his kills. Meanwhile, I did over double the damage he did in the game. And I followed that up by the BOTG Diamond Challenge is going on right now. So you have to, the way the new Diamond Challenge works is you just, for instance, the class is Warrior. You pick one of the Warriors. He can't be picked again by anybody else, and you just get it to Diamond. So I looked at the one that had the least amount of worshippers, and I said, not doing that one. And I went like above that, and it wasn't like a huge discrepancy in worshippers. So I chose tier. And I'm playing tier in arena. And this Odin, at the beginning of the game, he's like, we need an F6 and just get out of here. Like 2 minutes into the game. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's how this is going to go.
Main.
And we're popping off, and we lose the game by like less than 10 tickets. And he's like, or no. He wanted to F6. He tried to F6 like 3 different times. And I was like, what is going on, dude? And at the end of the game, I was just like, yo, man, like it's just a casual, bro. Like, I don't know what your deal is. He's like, no one asked you. Like, your opinion doesn't matter. Like, you're just an idiot. Like, it was like going in on me. I'm like, you played Odin in the arena and went 1-12. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, just don't dive in. But I've been grinding tier. I actually set out a challenge to the BOTG listeners that whoever beat me in the Diamond Challenge, if anybody finished before me, I'd send them an Austin chest. Whoever finished first, because usually I finish like first or second. And I was a game of slash away from finishing tier, and Embright beat me. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little heated. Like, I was getting ready to cue the slash game,
responsible for that.
And I saw it, and I was very frustrated. Because I was like 1 game away. I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. So that is what it is. But I've been playing a lot of tier. And dude, oh my god, I've just been making so many people have a miserable time. My favorite game,
you are mean. You are very mean. In the games that I was in,
Yeah.
I would have reported you just for harassment.
I'm not gonna lie. Someone told me they had no peel, and I was like, "You are out of your mind!" Like I'm hitting like 3-man fearlesses. I'm popping off. Don't
At
tell me
their
you don't have
Phoenix
any
line
peel.
with 2 towers up. I
Yeah,
just want to throw that out there right now. This man is at their Phoenix line with 2 towers up, just ran past 2 towers.
yeah, dude. Uh, my favorite game though of the week is the fact
Let's
that I
go.
played Tier and Arena, and we queued into 5 Guardians. And dude, it was
What the
so much
crap?
fun. Dude, it was so much fun. We beat them bad, but like their CC chains, like on our carries, were absolutely hilarious. Like they just blew people. They blew up the carries so bad. Because there's just not enough ways to get out of that much CC. So I think that was pretty funny. I did do some A to Z games this week. I finished Baka and Baron in ADC. And then we've been doing some Joust ranked, and we gotten, I think we're like 4-3 or 3-3 right now or something like that. We've won several games.
Um,
Um
are we counting our new strap or like all together?
yeah, I think all together. Maybe I'm
All
wrong.
together, I think we're like 5 and 8 or something like that. Could be like
All right, 1-1, 1-2, 2-2, 3-2. Hold on. Yeah, 3-3. That's what we are because we lost last night. And we've been running Sobek Atlas Izanami,
that is toxic.
which is
I'm not even
toxic,
playing.
which is very toxic, but also very fun.
Which thank you, Terrified. Shout out to Terrified for giving me that. He had a friend that went 65-0 for win-loss with that. And all they would
That's
do
wild.
is if they couldn't get Sobek or Atlas, they switch out for Xing 10. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
That is not okay. So yeah,
And
there's a cheat code for people who want to play ranked.
the other game I need to shout out is the fact that after my Hachiman rant with Depp and Riggs and Fro and Nev, we queued a game after our recording on Saturday. So it was me, Depp, Riggs, and Nev in a random. And Riggs lots in Hachi and goes 17-1-10. And I'm like, of course, dude. Of freaking course, this man locks Hachi and just absolutely
doesn't
obliterates
count,
them every time. He doesn't count, dude. Riggs
No.
is so good.
I know.
He is. He's just good.
Aggravating. Literally, his team for like 3 years was carry me Riggs, and that's what he did.
Yeah. We don't need to talk about that. Okay. He doesn't need more of an ego. Because that man did some of the nastiest comps to my teams that I was on that I've ever seen. Like Morgan, Xbalanque, Thanatos, and they double Thanatos ult somebody with Xbalanque ult. Oh my god, dude. Get me out.
And that was when Xba's ult stunned you.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's where I'm stopping. That's all the I'm done there. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of My Hero Academia. I'm about 70 episodes in. And I started season 4.
Let's go. You're getting into the good stuff, the nit and gritty.
I've watched almost 70 episodes in less than 2 weeks. I have a problem. I'm also been sick, so that's why.
Normal. That's normal, Blaise. Don't worry about it.
Then we did DKO Friday Night Fights. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough signups for our tournament, so we ended up running like customs and doing the dare drops. That's right. Dare drops this month have DKO on it. It's super fun. Me and Dude Man OG helped think of the dares for it and have been completing those. It's been a lot of fun. I had a ton of fun on DKO the other night. Zeus came out. I just want him to have a Thanatos skin really bad.
Let's go.
I really had a fun time. I mean, I wasn't playing well, but I had some crazy plays, dude. I mean, I went back and like clipped several of them. If you want to go see not this past weekend's DKO Friday Night Fights, but the weekend before, I took all the clips and made a TikTok. You can find that in the Discord, or you can just go to TikTok and look up Blaise McBain and find him there. I played some Potion Craft, which I have not played, but it's wild. You make potions, right? And the ingredients change your pathing. And it's a roguelike. It is the wildest concept of a game that I've ever played.
Can,
It's
can we
so
talk
simple.
about the one time I turned in and it was hilarious? Honestly,
What,
even you were a bit disturbed by it. It was so funny.
what was it? I don't
When the
remember.
lady came up to you and it was like, I have problems in my nether regions, and you were like, nope, we ain't got nothing for that.
Yeah, I
Bye.
was like, nah, don't got enough for that. The game is so good, and it seems like it's so simplistic, but God, is it so difficult?
It seems
Um,
complicated. I'm not gonna
like
lie. I almost downloaded it, but I was like, no, this is some Blaze thing. This would give me a headache. I would
no,
get
no
mad.
joke, dude. Like you boot it up, it has like this super calming music. You go through the tutorial, and you're like, oh, this isn't so bad, and then you start playing the game, and you're like, oh my God, this is hard. Like it just like immediately gets difficult, but it's so good. And then I've been playing Fortnite with Luke, man, and we got a win. I've been pulling off some crazy plays. I drove a dirt bike up a mountain yesterday, hopped off the dirt bike, rocket launched somebody, and their teammate ran up. I took them out. We had a
So
drop today, and on the drop, I took out 6 people
no
immediately. With it,
way.
I killed 6 people in a minute. Like they were all
What
fighting like
what gun did you have?
SMG. They have a
Okay.
new SMG. They have a new SMG that's a dual clip SMG. And so you
What?
fire and then it switches the clip and you fire and then you reload both clips. And I was using that and I was using the machine pistol and I got 6 kills. It was wild.
That does sound nuts. Did you clip it?
Yeah, I did. I got a clip of it. I've just been having a good time, dude. Me and Luke have been playing that a good bit. Um for those that don't know, AGDQ started this weekend. Awesome Games Done Quick. They do a bunch of speed runs the whole entire week, and all the money raised goes to Doctors Without Borders. That means if you go to the Yeti, you can get some sweet AGDQ shirts and coffee cups with coffee and water bottles, that kind of stuff. I'll be getting some. Tons of great speed runs on that, though. Awesome to watch. I'd check that out. And my last thing before we go on to gaming news is sports news. And that is the Green Bay Packers lost last night in the most devastating way possible. In the fourth quarter, with 5 minutes left, their linebacker pushed a medical staff member, got ejected. The Lions, 40 minutes before the game started, found out they were eliminated from the playoffs. And then the Lions
Ooh.
score with like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something like that. They get the ball back off of picking off Aaron Rodgers and they get a first down, run the clock out, and maybe send him to retirement. It was probably one of my proudest and happiest moments as a Viking fan. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched him push the camera away to them not to videotape him, I laughed because if there's one thing I can't stand, it's Aaron Rodgers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it brought me a lot of joy, just a lot of joy, and it really shouldn't. I should feel a little bit bad, but no, f them. That's kind of where I'm at. Other than
Dig it.
that,
Dig it.
on to gaming news, dude.
Let's go.
And you know what I like about gaming news
Is it the
is
big one first? Is it the big one first?
it's the Warzone one first.
Ah,
And here's the deal. I like it when games have way worse bugs than the games I play. So when people complain about the games that I play, I can just reference something they play. So, for instance, when people are like, "Oh, Spike's buggy, spaghetti code," blah, 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 blah,
it
I
always
can be
kicks
like,
me out.
"Yeah, it always kicks me out. I crash." Blah, 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 blah. And they're over there acting like Dracula from Hotel Transylvania. I can hit them with in Warzone 2, a multi-billion-dollar company, right, makes this game, and they had a bug that if you got over 10 kills in a Warzone match, it disconnected you and shadowbanned you, and you could not appeal the ban. Wild. Wild.
Now, is that
And
the
I
same one they did have, or is this a different one entirely?
what are you talking? This is Warzone 2,
Oh, wait,
which replaced Warzone.
but didn't wasn't there a bug like that before? Like playing,
Oh, probably.
I
I
can't
just find
remember
it
if it was
funny.
in Warzone 2 or if it was like, because I remember Activision had a thing with that before where people were queuing
Oh
up
no,
or
they
something.
were they were shadow banning people, or they were banning people when playing the campaign when the game came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, just wild stuff, dude. You know, multi-billion-dollar company, small indie dev, having problems. Who knew? And I guess to piggyback off of Activision's problems, Microsoft has been told by the Federal Trade Commissions that they should not merge and purchase Activision Blizzard. And Microsoft threw up the middle finger and said, "No, we're doing it anyway. We'll see you in court."
Good.
So yeah,
I'm sorry. I wholeheartedly stand by that because I'm sorry. If Sony can buy up anything they want without any problems, why can't Microsoft? Bring it on. Bring it.
yeah. The issue being is like they're like, oh well, there's not going to be competition. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, they're still going to make some of those games on PlayStation. PlayStation just has to pay for it. Just
Yeah.
like so, guess who has to play for Blu-ray players? Xbox, because they lost that battle. You know what I mean? Like they did. They lost the battle when they tried to do HD DVDs. I don't know if anybody remembers that, but it was a horrendous move by Microsoft. I don't know why they thought they could compete with Blu-ray, but they went, I'll try, and they failed hard. And they have to pay for Blu-ray players now. I mean, sucks to suck.
And I know we talked about it a little bit, but like you can't tell me to sit there and go with some monopoly when you have Sony buying Funimation, Crunchyroll. I think they're looking at High Dive right now, which High Dive isn't going to sell because they're taking all of their stuff. But it's like, what's the difference?
I mean, Sony bought software from software.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They also bought. They bought Bungie? Did they not?
They buy Bungie?
I think yes, they did. Yes, they did. So like, it's not like Sony's not also.
I thought Microsoft bought Bungie.
No.
I have to look this one
Sony
up.
Sony bought Bungie. But to speak more on Sony on a more positive note, they released Project Leonardo for PS5, which is a customizable accessibility controller kit designed to help players with disabilities. And this thing is sick. I think this is absolutely awesome.
I think that is an amazing thing. I may diss Sony a lot, which I do like Sony. Don't get me wrong. I bought a PlayStation just to play Bloodborne. I will admit that wholeheartedly. I've never played anything else but Bloodborne, but like, and Sony did buy Microsoft, so Sony did buy Bungie, so I know everybody was wondering about it, but yeah, I think that's crazy, the accessibility. I looked at that in the chat, and I think that thing is nuts.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I used to work at a game store, and we actually had a guy come in, and he only had one hand, so he only could play with one hand. And we used to talk to him about like how did he do it, like what was his like controller layout to do it, and he like showed us. It was really cool. But for something like this to come out to allow people more access to games is always just a positive. There's never going to be a negative to that. And I think that is an amazing thing.
It definitely, and I'm kind of sad it took this long to get something out, but I'm also happy that it's actually out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of third-party software, but it's nice to see like a third-party hardware. I think having a first-party hardware is pretty cool, though. And then,
what is it? It reminds me of that guy. Have you seen that guy who plays Warzone with like his breath?
Yeah,
like that is nuts. He is good too. And
I used to rate a guy that played one-handed too, and he was nuts at Warzone and Smite. He was like, I think he was Masters in Smite. He was crazy.
Oh man.
I cannot remember his name right now though. Along with that, Elder Scrolls actually tweeted out that the feud between Clan Battleborn and Greymanes is going to get real serious, and someone made a Elder Scrolls map in Halo Infinite Forge, and it's sick. It's so good, dude. And the fact that Elder Scrolls tweeted it out, I thought was super cool. On the topic of From Software, because we've talked about them, dude, all the news is just like intertwining today.
It kind of is.
MissMikkaa, who we've talked about before on the podcast, who beat Elden Ring on a dance pad, has topped that by now beating Elden Ring, playing it simultaneously on dance pad and controller, which is just insane. Beat both games at the same time.
I don't even know where to begin with that because like I couldn't even beat Elden Ring yet. So
yeah, wild, dude. Wild.
Then we have on a dance pad.
I need to finish it, but I mean, I just think that's insane. It's such a crazy,
I know.
Crazy
I keep trying
thing.
to get you to finish it, and you're like,
I've played it recently. But calm down. We're getting there. Um, if you haven't checked out Overwatch 2 lately, they released Battle of Olympus, and I think that's gonna be awesome. They actually said the hero that has the most eliminations at the end of the event is gonna get a statue and the Ilios runes. So that's pretty
Oh,
cool. We also got news that there's an Ubisoft Star Wars game being made that will be a fully open, seamless universe akin to No Man's Sky. Players will be able to
I
jump between systems, immersing themselves in vast galaxies, bursting at the seams with activities.
I actually cannot wait. Like when you showed me this, or like I clicked on it, and was reading it, and I was like, this is crazy. This
Look, if
this
it's
is
real, sign me up, bro.
this is everything Kenny's always wanted.
Dude, I want that.
Yeah, I know. I want it too. I think if it's seamless like No Man's Sky, which No Man's Sky does have a little bit of here and there bugs and some complexity and stuff, but if they get it to where it's like sort of like that, I think it'll be good. I like this will change the games.
Yeah, for sure. And then last thing on our news topics before we head into Smite World Championships conversation is that this guy was playing Rainbow Six. He butt dials 911 and says, I killed 2 people. The cops show up to his house, search his house for 4 hours, have a gun pointed at his head because they thought a double homicide had been committed. And I'm just saying, like, what a horrible thing to happen to you from playing a
That
video
would
game.
scar you. That would
I
scar
mean,
you.
like, I feel really bad for the dude. I can't imagine gaming and then something like that happens, and then just like the effects it has on your mentality.
Yeah.
And
I
the effects it
also
has on those cops as they walk in. They they're thinking they're walking into a double homicide. That's really scary.
oh, I know, preparing for the worst and everything, and then so quick tip, guys, don't keep your phone in your butt pocket. That's all I got to
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Apparently, according to his friend, had shared a story because he was on mic at one point. Apparently, one of the officers asked who his favorite operator was, which is at least makes it a little bit lighthearted.
I you know I can just see, like, if you're going into a situation like that and you're just the gruesome things you're thinking, and then when it's not, how relieved you are, at least as an officer, and then the trauma of a gamer, because you, like we were talking before, can you imagine all those streamers that just got swatted all the time, like the trauma
Hmm.
they go through?
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
glad it died down a little bit, but I that's very unfortunate for that guy, for that to happen.
I agree. It is definitely not good.
But reading into it, because like and I will say this, y'all, I come into these shows sort of blind, but sort of on an up and up. So I like research as we go, and it does seem like everything was handled really well, and
Yeah, I mean, they
that's
searched his whole
definitely a
house.
plus.
They were definitely like, obviously, they are concerned that this individual committed this crime, but they're also, they made sure they searched the whole entire house, make sure everything was actually okay. Um, no one was harmed. Everything went well. Like even I think the guy like walked out of his house to the cops and like he had his hands up. I mean, like really overall, I think it was just handled well. So
Yeah,
I think that at least there's that. Still a scary time. Just a scary time. Um, for our Smite fans, we are heading into
let's
Smite
go.
World Championship weekend. This past week was qualifiers. Crazy weekend of qualifiers. I mean, just absolutely wild.
It actually
Um,
was. I had to rewatch it after this guy, vamped it up, and he was right.
dude,
That's all I
dude.
gotta say.
Like 3 SEC teams had a chance at making it to Worlds at one point. Um, when it was all said and done, right? Like Titans make it through, and Hex Mambo EU SEC team makes it through, and this leads
But
us to like the last day, and it's 2 SPL teams versus each other. It was Oni Warriors and Scarabs, which was a
yep.
very close set. And Oni Warriors make it. But then on the other side, you had 2 SEC teams playing against each other. You had NA versus EU,
Mm-hmm.
and adapting along with Vape. I think it's like Vape Boris Coast. I forgot everybody on that team right now. But like, but they just win. They win out, and Adapting's back at Worlds, dude. Like every
That's so
team
great.
at Worlds.
I'm sorry. I've been
has a
rooting for him
storyline.
for a while. Like it. For those of you that know me, I love the Jade Dragons, but I'm also I follow most junglers, sometimes solos too, just for the heck of it. But I've been following Adapting since I knew about him, and man, that guy, the stuff that he does is crazy. I'm glad to see him there.
Dude, I will say this. A lot of people are saying the Highland Ravens have no chance.
Really?
And I'm going to go through and talk about the lineup of each team. But they
I
had the
honestly
best
feel bad
counter
for you,
engage
Blaze.
that I've ever seen. And like literally they were just counter engaging perfectly every time. You see Hex Mamba play, and like the synergy between Johnny and Deathwalker was bonkers. Like Johnny might be the best jungler in the world.
That's why I feel bad for you, because they play
Yeah,
Bolts and
yeah.
they are really
So
good. Like this is crazy. This might be a new team that just shows up.
so let's talk
Honestly.
about what happened. So obviously Hex Mambo, Titans, Oni Warriors, and Ravens qualifying for Worlds. Camelot Kings, Bolts, Jade Dragons, and Leviathans had already been qualified.
Yep.
What's crazy is that every single team has a storyline that's absolutely bonkers. When it comes to what they're playing, and I'm sure if you want to hear me get more in depth on this, I think me and Riggs are going to do a BOTG episode over the Smite World Championships and our predictions. So make sure to check that out. I'm not going to get that deep into tonight because I don't want this to be just I don't want to be so heavy in Smite, because our episode next week is going to be very Smite heavy. I'm going to record
Even
with
better.
Yeah, dude, I think it's gonna be crazy because we're gonna talk about World Championships. We're gonna talk about Season 10. Like they've already said, there's a new Conquest map coming.
I'm so excited for that.
And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say this as speculation. I think Odin's Onslaught was to test features for the new Conquest map. 100%.
I can think of. Do you think they'll add a portal? That'd be crazy.
So I think they
I'm
tested
sorry,
portals.
that'd be nuts.
I think they tested portals because obviously there was Portal Demon before. I think they tested Jungle Grass again to make sure it works. I'm not sure about Nidhogg being in there. I don't think that's going to be something that comes in. I think that was just a adventure exclusive, but I do think they tested some stuff on purpose. I can't even begin to fathom what we're going to get. They're calling it Season X, and I'm super stoked. So we're going to talk about all that stuff next week. Along, we'll be talking about like the new DKO god, which is going to be Sung Wukong, and
That's
all
cool.
that good stuff. But let's talk about how this broke down yesterday. So after the games are over, they go, okay, we're going to do the SWC draft show. And basically, teams 1 through 4 in the seeding get to pick who they want to face. So Camelot Kings come out. Hex Mambo called them out. They say, no, we don't want to do that. We want to face the Highland Ravens. We think the Highland Ravens are the weakest team. That's what we want to face.
Let's give it to Camelot Kings for doing that.
Yeah. So then Leviathans come up with their pick. And they go, who do you guys want to face? And they go, the Titans. And they go, why? And they said, because Zapman told us to.
Oh,
we get a run back of World Finals from last year on day one. On day one, we get a run back of World Finals.
I forgot we were talking about that. Yeah. That is
Jade Dragons go, okay, we're not going to face Hex Mambo because they were harder to play against in the last tournament than Oni Warriors. And they go against Oni Warriors with my Olympus Bolts with Hex Mambo. And I have a hot take, and this is as much as you're going to get from me about my predictions on this show. If now you can, Bats will probably give some predictions. I'm going to say this: if the Bolts beat Hex Mambo 2-0, I think Bolts are in the finals.
I will agree with you on that. I will say, like I've been saying, Hex is just the way they're playing. It's crazy to see a team that you never see in there just come out of it. Well, I guess they didn't really come out of nowhere. Like they've been there, but like
yeah, no, I mean, like the last tournament, they played with a sub and support.
Yeah,
and they took a game off Jade Dragons during that tournament.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. I was mad about that one. If you
now
remember.
They're full strength. So I mean, I Camelot Kings. They said they think Hex Mamba's a top 4 SPL team if they wanted to play SPL. We'll find out on Friday.
I definitely see that. And I'll give a little bit of a prediction. Like, and this is just my outtake, but like, because I'm always rooting for Jade Dragons, but I know how they play. They're gonna troll me till the end, give me a heart attack, make me stressed out, raise my blood level, and then hopefully come back to win it in the end. That's how that works.
Okay.
It hasn't happened yet, but this is my prediction because for some reason I picked a team that trolls me. Jade Dragons, I need you to win this. I just want to throw that out there if you're listening. Oh, fine,
Um,
okay. Play legit solos and just do your thing.
just do your thing, man. Quit messing with my heart.
I know.
I don't know, man. I just like. I wonder if Highlands Ravens mid angry is going to be on LAN because he was playing with ping. He was playing
Oh
with
yeah.
EU ping and stomping mid laners, dude. It was wild. Um,
Popular to people's beliefs, sometimes that ping saves you. I
sometimes
hate to
that
say it.
that ping be doing work, dude. I don't know. That's all I have. That's all I want to say. Do you want to predict who they're going to go up against in the finals, or are you just going to say Jade
You
Dragons win
mean
it?
the Jade Dragon? To be honest, so here's my thing. I like if Jade Dragons go up, I'm honestly thinking it's either between Hex or the Bolts. Because if Bolts do beat Hex, they're probably pushing up there. Because I think Hex is the big factor here.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. They look like the I'd honestly, if I didn't have so much faith in Jade Dragons, I'd be going Hex is gonna win it. It's just how it is. The way that you see their team playing together and the situations that happen and they just kind of go with the flow instead of like sweating it out and breaking down. Like it's always, especially in spike games, where it's like all it takes is one mistake.
Yep.
So if you can just minimize those mistakes, and that seems to be what Hex is doing constantly. Like even when they make a mistake, like so say one of them dies in a team fight, instead of them still fighting, they're like, okay, we need to like back up hard and reset. And it's like you never see that because usually in a team fight, it's like all in or nothing. But then with their reset, you're just like, what? I remember seeing that and I was like, whoa.
Dude, it's wild. I mean, I'm a huge Bolts fan, and then my second team I was going for Worlds was Hex Mambo, and to see them up against each other first round is like very disappointing. Um,
I
because I
know
wanted
that's
them
why
to not
when
be
I
on the same
saw
side
it,
of
I
the
was like,
bracket. So here we are. But I need to. I guess my other hot take is this: I'm tired of people telling me that Barracuda is a passive player after this man like first picked Donza all last tournament and was like running it down.
I don't
So
think he's passive.
I
Hey,
mean, I get where they're coming from. Like if you look at like previous play over the past couple of years, like he
mhm.
isn't as aggressive as most hunters. And when you're looking at like Camelot Kings having Yarkor as ADC, Yarkor goes in, bro. Like Yarkor is like, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
fight you. Um,
Of course, I have jump. It's not an escape. This is an
yeah,
attack.
yeah. So I get that, but I mean, you know,
But if you're saying passive, then you got to throw in Zap because, like, look at how passive he plays. I mean, it
but
works out
no,
for
but
him.
here's the
And
deal: Zap can play both. And when it comes to Worlds time, Zap's a whole other player, dude. Like here's what's crazy: if Leviathans win it all, which there's a good chance they do. If they win it all,
wouldn't this be three
Zap
times in a row?
Zap will be in his
Fourth?
fourth championship in a row. In a row, dude. That's wild.
That is crazy.
Anyways, let's move on to names of the week because or else we'll be here forever.
I know,
Um,
right?
pretty short week this week. We have VO submitting butt crust. Thanks for that. Baby Sith Grogu. Download more RAM. Buy high, sell low. Zero Fox given. Sorry, it's a trap. Trippin' on Quack. Pillsbury Dope Boy. Punani Slayer. Hurts to pee pee. Where was the? I saw another good one when I was looking at something. Where is it? Dude, oh, Mail by Snail. That was the other one I liked.
Oh yeah.
And that's about it. That's all I got for names of the week. Random question of the week. I don't know, Bats. You got a good random question?
Hmm. I mean, there wasn't one there.
No, I didn't have one written down, dude.
Uh,
I just kind of rolled with it. Uh, you know, sometimes that's just the way it be. What are your
okay.
thoughts on chicken bacon ranch pizza?
Chicken bacon
You ever
ranch.
had it?
Yes and no.
How
Like
can you
that's
not?
all because I like chicken, I like bacon, and I like ranch, but I also like my pizza not being tampered with. I like
Okay,
people
so
may call me weird, but it's like, that's just like I don't know.
I get it. I used to be the same, where I just like I want my it needs to have cheese, a meat, that's how I was. But then I tried chicken bacon ranch pizza, and that's a life changer, dude.
I mean,
It
like
will
I've
change
tried
your life.
multiple pizzas, like a buffalo chicken,
Buffalo chicken's okay. I've had it.
the
It
Alfredo.
really just depends
I'll be
on.
honest. Whatever Einstein decided to put onions on buffalo chicken pizza, why? Why?
I haven't had that. That sounds bad.
I know. Cause like to me, I'm like, okay, anytime I've had like buffalo chicken dip, like anything buffalo chicken, there's never been onions. So like it
That's
just
wild, dude.
befuddles me. I'm like, why? What is the point? The onions take away all the flavor to me.
Yeah, they can keep that.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess I haven't had like a bacon chicken ranch pizza, but so like what do they do? Just put ranch on top or is the ranch the sauce? That's my
The
question.
ranch is the sauce. The ranch is the sauce.
Ranch is the sauce. Okay. I mean, I could dig it. I like the
I've had it a few
Alfredo
different.
pizzas,
As I say, I've
but
had it a few different ways, but when ranch is the sauce is when it's the best.
I also don't count the Alfredo pizzas as like a legit pizza. It's just like a offset. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm.
But I am a pizza
Interesting.
person. I will say there isn't much pizza that I won't try except for pineapple pizza. And
No, that
it
can kick rocks.
doesn't yeah, it
I don't
doesn't
even
appeal
like
to me.
pineapples. No,
Oh,
I don't
see,
like
I like
pineapples.
pineapple, but like don't mess with my pizza. Simple as
I've
that.
had pineapple pizza, and like for people that can eat it, good for you. I'm not hating on you. I just don't like it.
Mine is just the match of like okay, I can understand drinking pineapple juice while eating pizza, but like let's not combine the two like that.
Dude, it's just like the taste just stays there, dude. That's what bothers me. It's like
Eh,
pickles. It's like when you get pickles on like a Chick-fil-A sandwich. It's
Wait, you don't
just
like
there,
that?
dude. No.
Oh, I love that. Well, I guess this
And
depends. Do you
again,
get the spicy or do you get the regular?
it doesn't matter. I don't like it either
Oh,
way.
see, I like it on the spicy. I don't like it
Now,
on the regular.
I would probably be more okay with it on a spicy one. But in general, like for instance, I don't really like pickles like that. Like I like baby dill pickles. I'll eat fried pickles, but that's about it. Like I don't like just like cut pickles on sandwiches.
Oh,
I'm
really?
good. Mm-mm.
See, I've gotten to the point where I get these pickles called devil spit pickles,
What are
and
those?
they're like spicy pickles. They are hardcore fire
The
pickles,
the
and
hell?
yeah, you can get them at Kroger. Blaze is like typing it in now.
I am.
Need.
No, I am a
Oh, it's
devil
delicious.
pickles.
No, devil
Uh,
spit pickles.
I found them. I might
Yeah,
need to try those. That might need.
they are, dude. When you put those on a burger, oh, it's delicious.
Okay, maybe I try that. Maybe I give that a go. We'll see.
Yeah, you can't deny
Anyway,
spicy stuff.
as we head on out of here, you got any shout outs, man?
I'm just gonna go back to the shout out to Terrified for that cracked joust team because
Yo,
honestly,
facts.
even though we lost one, which is bound to happen, because like I said, we weren't in our right mental, so it happens. It was still a pretty decent game, but like honestly, when we were playing, it was just so much fun. I've never had that much fun in a ranked joust, and it honestly felt great.
Yeah, it's a
I
fun time
will
for sure.
I will throw a shout out to BOTG because I can't wait to hear what you and Riggs are talking about. I'm kind of excited for that. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see some predictions. I want to see
Yeah,
what you're thinking and what Riggs is thinking.
I have a feeling me and Riggs are not going to be on the same page. I just
And
have that's just what I think.
and as a joke, I'm gonna unshout out Ash because he didn't like Trigun, and that offends me.
Oh wow. All
I'm
right.
just
Well,
kidding, Ash. But still, Trigun was good. You have to watch it.
I'm gonna
I don't
check it
care
out
what
for
he
sure.
says.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out. All right. First of all, shout out to Boss, dude. This man moved.
Let's go.
He got there. Good for him, man. Shout outs to Ash Badge from the Simpy for Senpai podcast. Always put out great anime content. Shout out for BOTG for bringing me on and as a host, and I'm super excited to be doing that podcast with them. And then shout outs for Bats, dude, for being here to help me out.
Let's go. Oh, and shout out to Up Your Experience for having me as a host, because crazy. I never thought I'd be here. I just always just tuned in and have fun, and it's crazy. I feel different now.
All right, well, let's head on out of here because I'm coughing up my left lung.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Blaise needs to go take his medicine and try and sleep.
It's very true. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to post it to the interwebs, and I'm going to go to bed.
Let's go.
See y'all later. Bye.
Later, yo.